Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. We have audio. Okay. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 01.23.2026. Current time is 0550 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside. And we are once again early. I thought I was going to have a little problem. I thought I had a problem with the older than dirt iPad Mini, but it's charging now and it's online, so that's good. That's a good thing. Rich Roberts, that Fireman Rich here on Rumble, using Rumble Studios, broadcasting out to Twitch, YouTube, and locals. And we are getting our day started with a good cup of coffee here. It wouldn't be the morning coffee if, and I think I got everything right. The date, yep, I got the date right. So it's the end of the week, so everything's copacetic, and we got people coming into the chat here. We'll get to you all in just a minute here. But Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here at Fireman Rich over there on X. That's my mainstay for being on those for being on the interwebs. That's a if you want to know everything is posted there. I do post on a lot of other. There's like 10, 12 different other places I post on. Just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see some of those, or else look at the show notes on the particular platform you're on. And I do like the interwebs. There's some bad stuff, but there's still some great stuff here to do. And I was doing some of that yesterday as far as um, tapping into some knowledge of the for the Commodore 64. That is my new passion here of late. Um, I want to start off with a somber note, though. I got word yesterday from a friend and coworker that I worked back. I've told you I've worked at IBM in Endicott, and I got to recognize it here as far as um, and it took me sort of a shocker because got word of a passing of a coworker, a friend and coworker, from another friend and coworker, and I'm not going to mention his name, but I'm thinking of right now. Had a little conversation with somebody like I said, worked with, along with this other individual that passed away last Wednesday. Um, the shot. I worked with this individual for probably a good 3 or 4 years. The 9 years I was at IBM, my last years there, and um, a good guy. I stayed in contact with him as well as this other person that informed me of his death and his passing, I should say. I'm not sure, what he passed away for. It's unclear right now. If it's private. They're going to be having a private service. So, but the thing that really blew me away last night, and I guess it is because it has a connection with this thing called the internet. That once we, I went to another place of employment, the day job there for, and I still stayed in contact, but it was via the internet. And he, we maintained contact, we talked and stuff. He's been a not a frequent viewer, but he viewed. And I got the last word I got from him. He messaged me on Facebook because I do follow him on the private Facebook. And well, I think he messaged me on the real one. He probably did. Yeah, but avid Yankee fan. He worked at IBM since he graduated in after he got out of high school in '78, and his wife passed away a year and a half ago of brain cancer, and but he messaged me last Tuesday after I got done doing the Mixcloud broadcast, and when I got word last night, as soon as I'm reading this, I'm like, I talked to him last week. What the hell? Looked at the obituary, and I'm like, there's no indication when he passed away, but he was only 66. Okay, that's the thing. He was somewhat overweight. He lost a lot of weight and stuff like that, and I think he had a couple other medical issues and stuff like that, but he lost a lot of weight, which was good. And he was an avid photographer, and but he messaged me um, last week, and the last couple of the last couple of thoughts for the day are sort of an indication of how precious it is to be um, precious to be on this big blue marble. And I'm going to read because it doesn't say it, but I'm going to read what he wrote me last Tuesday, and this is the day before he passed away. That's what floors me. It's just like it's just unreal. And because he sort of gave me an indication, you know, he sort of complimented me on um, last week's broadcast. Last Monday, he watched it. He indicated he said did a good job and all that. And um, let me see, what am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing here. So um, let's see. Let me bring this back up here. I got it on the wrong page here. Hang on for a minute, folks. So he and this guy is a great guy. Avid Yak. I remember we going back and forth over football. He was a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, and you know, just some good memories. He taught me a lot in some operations production. We were both production control operators there at IBM, and when we worked there, and then it later on became EIT, which sucked. You know, either one of us could have got fired, I guess, or laid off, but um, I don't know. We were cheap labor, I guess, and stuff like that. So let me bring this back up here again on the messenger. And here's what he sent me. He goes, thanks. I wished him, you know, he said hello, great show. And I ended up telling him, you know, send him, hey, what's up, and long time. And I said, you know, told him happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and all that, my friend, and thank you for the view. And you know, told him what I was doing as far as walking on the golf course and all that. And then he comes back. It was this is on the 13th. This is later in that evening. I made that my post that morning at 9 o'clock, and he comes back at about 7 o'clock that evening, going, "Thanks, buddy. Love the show. Great stuff. Tell the missus I said hello. Keep the great work that you are doing. It's great. Uh, should be proud of you and your work. You take it easy, my friend. Be safe." Since I lost his wife, it was it was last September. Okay, I'm done. It was a year and a half. It's last September to brain cancer. Remember, this life is too short. Love the ones to love the ones to you to you, especially your wife and family. So take care of yourself and everyone you around you. See you on the broadcast, my buddy, my friend. Talk to you later. So talk to you later is like, okay, we're sparking up a conversation. And um, he said to say hello to everybody, and he meant all you out there too. So I'm floored that I will remember this guy. He was a great guy. We'll always remember him. I was thinking of him now when I say, "Oh, he's freaking screwing around with me." He unplugged my iPad Mini this morning, and it didn't have a charge or something like that. So I'm remembering him, and you know, like I said, the obituary said the services. So I'm not sure what he passed away of, and I wanted to make mention right out of the gate here that I'm thinking of him, thinking of his family, his kids, and as far as that goes. And thank you guys, thank you guys. I'm gonna catch up on the comments here. I'm seeing the comments of the condolences and stuff. So thank you for you guys for listening. I just I need, you know, this is a forum where I can get that out. It's real life for me. This is a guy that I really liked. We worked, we partied, we had fun there at IBM, and I know my friend that and a fellow co-worker there that he sent me the message that he passed away to give me a heads up, because I don't look at obituaries and stuff, and I just like, that would have been the last thing I would have thought, that he passed away. 66. Great guy. He lived here. He grew up. He was born here, grew up here in the Southern Tier, upstate New York, and I'm remembering him now, and I'm saying God bless and Godspeed to my good friend. Yeah, that was a little shocking, very teary eyed when I was responding back, and it's too young. I'm 67. I'm going to be 68 here in a few months and stuff, and I'm just. But he's and it's uncanny that this week the thought for the day was about, we have a finite amount of time. We don't know when we're going to go, and yeah, it just. But me and the missus were talking that maybe it was because of the death of his wife there last September. But he's up there with her now, and I know they're both smiling, enjoying, and he's looking down at me, laughing, and just, "Oh, shut up, Robbie." Yeah, just he used to call me Robbie, and Rich and stuff. But back that I remember him well. He's a great guy. He's unforgettable. Basically, he was a clown too. And I think I got upset with him a few times. I know he got upset with me a couple times, frustrated and stuff. Um, I know one time we're laying up the product, as far as you're in the clean room, and we're laying up the product as far as that goes, and the layers to build the boards, and you put them in. You make these books. You got one. You got eight. There's like 5 to 10 layers, depending on what type of board you lay up, with the what they call the core, the circuitry and stuff like that. And they're on sheets of plastic that have been etched out, the copper circuitry, and it gets into this big press, and it presses for so long, and there's a lot of heat, and it mixes together. There's one time he he we would come in, and he would just like get all pissed off because the night shift, they would always they put the wrong recipe in. They called it recipe, that the settings of how long, how much pressure, and all that. And these things are huge. You put like 8 of these books, and it stands. You put them all together, and they're on this pallet that it slides along this assembly thing, and it go after it comes out of the clean room, and it's just stacked, and you just move it on the conveyor belt into the press, we called it, and it was an oven too, and it was squashed down, and very. You look at it, it's like, wow, that's pretty simple and stuff like that. Pretty advanced machinery and stuff like that. I remember when that's another story, but I remember there was several times we'd come in the morning. He was just, because he was like the lead, um, where we were at, and lay up and tear down. As far as we'd lay up the product and put it in, and then we'd tear it down with the boards, and then the boards would get out into the workflow of the manufacturing plant to test them, to inspect them, to populate them, and to retest them, and to QA them and stuff like that before they went out to the customer. And the third shift, there were a bunch of boys, because there was like 3 or 4 times they the we would pull out whatever was coming in from the night shift that they laid up, and they had the wrong recipe, because it was just like, when you pulled it out, you could see everything gluing out, and it just didn't look right. You start tearing it, you couldn't tear it apart, because it was all together. Like, you make a batch of cookies, and cookies, they gel in with each other, and you can't break it apart, something like that. And he would get so freaking mad. He's just like, man, they need to fire these guys and stuff. And it was hundreds of thousands of dollars on one of those um, um, set of books that was in the press and stuff like that. So because he was very, very meticulous about laying up the product and stuff like that, because some of these boards we were building, once they were at their final destination, they were hundreds of thousands of dollars and stuff like that at IBM. This is IBM Endicott, when they still had they were still in the circuit board business. But anyway, God bless and Godspeed, my friend. Love you. Okay, we're going to get started here. Good morning, Tina. Our Jersey girl is here, and we thank you for being here. Tony D is here. Salute to you, my friend, my brother, veteran, my fellow broadcaster. Glad to have you here, both of you. Let's see, that was on Twitch, and Tony coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia, and Tony saying hi to Tina from Twitch. He was on YouTube there to it started out, and then Tony's over on was on the Rumble. Salute to you, my friend. Good to see you. And then we also have from Bradford, Connecticut, Bradford, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Our very good friend and a fellow Lotro player, I'll say, because he does play Lotro, and I do appreciate your support here, the Deplorable. And I hope you are enjoying. It's slightly warm this morning compared to what we had the last couple of mornings. Yeah. And the missus says good morning to you all. Tina, Tony, and Deplorable, good morning. And let's see, Tony saying good hello to Deplorable, salute to him on the Rumble, and Deplorable saying good morning to Tony on the Rumble as well, and Tina saying good morning to Tony on Twitch. Okay, where am I here? And Tony says, yeah, Tony, he was a good friend. You would have liked him. He was a Yankee fan, though. He didn't like the Mets. He was a New Yorker, so I think you would have liked him. He loved the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was a true Tampa Bay Buccaneers, unlike that guy that's up there in Canada. As far as that goes. And Deplorable, thank you, Deplorable. Yeah, it's a loss of a good friend and someone I worked with and learned a lot from as far as that goes. He's too young, 66. But thank you, and thank you, Double J's. Thank you about that. As far as that, Double J's coming in from an undisclosed location in the Southern Hemisphere. Sorry about Rich. Maybe, yeah, he's. I know he's up there with his wife, and I think they're both smiling now and stuff like that. So that hit him hard as far as the loss of his wife. Well, it would anybody, I guess, the loss of a family member and stuff like that. Thank you, Tina. As far as that goes, but I felt like I needed to say something because he did mention he watched the show and he enjoyed all the conversation that we had here. As far as he would never chime in and stuff like that, but he would. I think he watched mostly the replays as far as that goes, and so thank you that. As far as that goes, Tina. And Deplorable says, cookie. Yeah, the cookies. Well, let's just say that stuff coming out when he was bitching and moaning about the third shift. As far as, I mean, you were talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they never fired anybody, which was surprising. It's just just go ahead. It would put us behind because we always had something that we had to do, but we had to put in. We had extra ovens, but we had to do extra work to make up for that to put in there. So when on those days it happened, we usually would put in one stack of books per shift. Well, because they messed up, we had to put 2 stacks. We had 3 presses. We normally would only use one. We'd rotate the things because sometimes there was a need to have more product in the production line. But we'd always have to make up for their work, which was a pain in the ass because you can't put these books together in just like 15 minutes and stuff and slap them in there. It's a good just to get a stack of books. It would probably take you anywhere from 2 to 3 hours to put those all together, and then and just setting up the press. You don't just type it in and let it go. No, you type it in, you go over it again, and you look at it, and you make sure everything. I verify what he's doing and stuff. Or if I'm doing loading the press, he verifies me, and that just loading the product in is like a good 30 minutes just to make sure everything is. Because those circuit boards, like I said, they're worth when they're at the final end of the production line, they're worth sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars and stuff for one board that's populated and everything and stuff like that. We're talking some major network servers and stuff like that as far as that goes. So yeah, the cookies. That's a good way of. He would have liked that analogy. Deplorable. Tina saying hi to Double J's here on Twitch, and of course Tina saying good morning to the missus as well as everybody else, and she says good morning to you all. And Tina saying good morning to Deplorable from Twitch over to And Deplorable says, "Much love, Mrs." Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, she knows. It's like, oh, you're on your thing. Hello, everybody. She's out there watching um, the news and stuff like that, and or music shows and stuff. But other than that, my week has been a great week as we work towards the weekend. It is a Friday. It is. Thank God it's Friday. Of course, those people have to work, like Tony and. I don't. Are you working? I don't know if Deplorable if you're working, and Double J's if you guys got to work. You just Double J's is done with his day, so you can enjoy the weekend because the weekend is here. It has been a good week for me, a very good week. I got that cable, um, the 5-pin cable. It's plugged into the. I've been playing around with that as far as, but I don't think it works with this. Here's the cable. This is the cable I got right here. It's a 8-pin cable. What's plugged into there? Oh no, that's the disk drive. I got this yesterday, and then some other thing. I got a walk-in yesterday. It was nice, and um, yeah, this is you can see it's an 8-pin. It's 8-pin, and I plugged it in here, and it works connecting into this into the so it works, but it won't work. I don't know. There's something not jiving where it's not going into this. As far as I don't know if I got a set a signal or something like that. Um, but it does work, which is good because I can probably use it on my other two. One of the other two Commodore 64s and stuff. I guess when I get this week has been great. It's been great until I got the news last night, and I was um, really. Uh, Floored, I guess, of the news of my friend's passing there, and as far as that goes, and but even that, even though I got upset, he's with his wife and stuff like that. So that's the comforting thing, I guess, that when you do have deaths and stuff like that. So, but. But that was surprising, though, getting that. And we had just conversed last week and stuff like that. So, and it was the day before he passed. Jeez. God, I just hope it was quick and stuff like that. As far as that goes, I don't know, because I didn't think he had any issues and stuff like that. But like I said, I hadn't seen him personally in a while and stuff like that. So let me do this here, make that sure that gets written down. So, but it's been a good week. I hope it's been a good week for everybody here as far as that goes. People that are watching, and I haven't really done any real live stream, but the weekend's here, so we're going to probably end up. I'm going to probably kick up the Lord of the Rings, maybe tonight or tomorrow or something like that, and play some Lord of the Rings online. I haven't really been doing much of the game. I've been doing here. One of the things I was successful. This is the other thing I discovered. You can't plug everything in because of this thing. This is the Commodore disk. It's a thumb drive, and I've got a thumb drive plugged in. I've got the HDMI, and I've got the internet, the Ethernet. And I went to the store Wednesday. I bought two of these. This it's been formatted, but I haven't used it yet. I got one plugged in, and one of the things I want to do is copy my discs. And what I have, this is just 1/3 of the games that I have of the floppies. I'm going to put all these floppies onto this, all the files. And that's one of the things I found out how to do is to put the disk in here and copy it into the thumb drive that's plugged into the back. And okay, I guess we've lost our Wi-Fi. Our Wi-Fi went down. Let's see. I'm seeing a drop from my phone, my Surface 3, my tablet. Let's see. I guess it's back up now. Okay, it's back up. Okay, we're back up. So I learned how to copy. So that box represents. I've got I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got like 5 of those boxes. So there's like a good almost 300 discs, and they can go all. I think they can all go on one. I got a pack of 2, but that's the technology and stuff that this has that the old Commodore 64 doesn't. Didn't you just copy disc to disc or disc to tape, or as far as our disc. I think they had a 3-inch disc before on the Commodore 64C. You could use the 1581, I think it was, disk drive. So I put that aside because I got the cable in yesterday, and it works. It works on the TV, the monitor. So I can test out those other 2 Commodore 64 computers that I have. My main one, I don't think that one works, but I think the second one I have that I was using the last time was on a while back on the Commodore, um, as far as that goes. So, but that cable will not, even with all the plugins, and you figure, okay, it's a simple, okay, plug them all in, and then it goes into the computer, and it should come up, and it didn't. There's another way I was looking at yesterday that you could actually just, you don't need this and you don't need a cable, because I can whatever I have up on my screen for the Commodore, I can bring it in via the Ethernet on my network, my home network, and it can come right into OBS. Matter of fact, let me show you what I got so far. This is how far I got. Let's see. Let me put that in there. Where is that? Commodore Stream. And yeah, there's the box right there. This is what I'm working on right now. This box. This is the Commodore box. If I get it up, that's where you're going to see my Commodore stuff. But the signal, I think I got to get what are the numbers? What are they called? The address numbers. Uh, I think they're not right. I think I'm off by one on one of them or something like that. Um, so that's when I see, and that's on OBS. So if I have this running, it'll come up. It'll come up on this screen right over here, right here. So I'm still working on that. And I can get audio if I have the. That's the other thing. When this new cable that I got, if it's plugged into here and stuff, I get audio through the OBS, but I can't get the video. So I've been researching that, and so we're gonna sooner or later we're gonna have some Commodore streaming here on the broadcast and stuff. Well, we can see it over there when I'm doing, but I can show you. I can broadcast games and stuff now, or when I get the video up, I can broadcast games and stuff. Let me remove that so it's not interfering us. Okay, there we go. So some interesting stuff, aspects that I'm doing with this, and one of the things, this cable right here, this is an extra cable that came with the video capture card, and it's so busy down there. I'm able to plug this in, and I can plug this in also into one of the two USB slots, and it's out of the way because it's a tight. There's no way I can put everything in there, so I got an extension, I guess. So that's one benefit of the video capture card. I'm able to put this, because there's a lot of good stuff on this thumb drive and stuff. So, well, that's the thumb drive. That's where I go to get onto I use to get onto the bulletin boards. The programs are on that thumb drive. I want to call cassette, but it's not a real cassette. It's a fake cassette. But this bellies up because they're bringing back the when Commodore first started, to get your programs, you would get them off a disc as far as a cassette. That's how they did it. And that's all, those things that are rolling around in servers, that all that is tape that they put the signal on, stuff like that. So they just sort of reminiscing of the old retro aspect of the Commodore 64. So we're at the end of the week. We're getting started, and let's see. We went up a couple degrees. Okay, that's cool. When I started, it looked like the temperature was at 21 degrees. Now it's at 23 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're warming up. We've got a pending let's see, is that still in effect? Oh, I didn't even bring that up. I got to bring that up. Oh, I forgot it. I forgot a tab. Oh, I'll just bring it up here real quick. Here, that'll be just as easy. The Yeah, we still have the weather watch that I mentioned on Wednesday going into the weekend here. Let's see, is it updated? January 23rd at 1:50 this morning. They're looking at wind chills as low as 15 to 20 expected. Um, I'm not sure if we're going to, let's see, chilly, low 15, 20. And I think they might have changed on the, let me see how much snow. They said 11 inches the other day, and it looks like it went up to 12.8 inches. So hang on to your hat, deplorable. You're gonna get the blunt of it first before I get it out there in northwestern Pennsylvania. Um, but we have a temperature of 23 degrees outside right now, outside on the sensor on the front porch. That's -5 degrees Celsius right now. And cloudy skies, high at 23, winds west at 15 to 20 miles. That wind yesterday, when the wind wasn't blowing, it was nice. When it was blowing, that wind chill factor, it's a good 5 to 10 degrees colder. If it was 20, it was. I mean, it got as high as like in the 30s, but let's say 38, but it felt like it was 28. And so if 23, if the wind is blowing, I can't tell if the wind's blowing because it's dark. We don't have our wind gauge here from the decorative grass. So cloudy skies. So where's the? Let me see something here real quick. Let me see the Doppler. What do we got on the Doppler? Anything? No, it looks pretty copacetic here and stuff like that. And we can bring it up over here as well. The local weather. This is just slight overcast right now in the southern tier right now via um, WBNG Channel 12 CBS affiliate there in Johnson City. No affiliation with as far as that goes. So um, let's see, is that coming in all right? Yeah, that's coming in. Okay, good. So that's what the weather map is looking at like right now. So keeping tabs at 12 inches. That's a lot. That's going to be a lot. That's over an inch an hour, I guess, as far as with the storm coming through. And let's see. So the sun rose this morning at 7:27, or will be rising at 7:27 a.m., which is in an hour and 5 minutes. It's currently 6:22 right now. So an hour and 22 minutes, or hour and 5 minutes at 7:27 a.m. The sun will be rising, and the sun will be setting at uh, 5:09 p.m. Which last night it was like what 5:04, I think 5:05. It was after 5. The sun set, and then right at 5:30. I mean, if from the kitchen, I'm looking out the window, it looked dark, but when you got close, it was still dusk like and stuff like that. So we are getting extra sunlight as far as that goes. Our world times and temperatures as I speak here. Um, Starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:23 a.m. Cloudy skies, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 4:23 a.m. in their morning. Cloudy skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy city of Chicago at 5:23 a.m. It is a cold -2 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold there, and it's probably because of the wind and stuff. The windy city. Cloudy skies there in Chicago. In New York City, the concrete jungle at 6:23 a.m. At 6:23 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, and it's clear skies down in New York. Yeah, it was a clear sky out there. Looked out, it was clear overnight. So here in the southern tier, but it's 32 degrees Fahrenheit down there in the jungle of New York City, and let's see. Tina is letting us know down there in central New Jersey. Oh, 40 for the high. Really? Okay. That's encouraging. That's a warm. I like that temperature. A lot of people say that's still cold, but I don't know. When you're down in the single digits and just barely in the double digits there, 10, 11, 15 degrees. 40 degrees is bombing, let me tell you. And 9 degrees for the low. Okay, Tina. And Tony is letting us know down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, 50 degrees Fahrenheit right now. That's cool. Going to get up to 63 degrees. That's an increase. It's just other than seeing the sun setting, we get an extra daylight. The temperatures are slightly changing. But 63 for the high, 48 for the low. Cloudy skies down there in Warner Robins, Georgia. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tina, for that weather update in your area. Continuing with our world times and temperatures. You having a second cup?
I had a second cup.
Oh, wow. She had a second cup already. Wow.
Yeah, I'm sucking it right now.
Wow, you are. Going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, to London, UK. Hang on for a minute, folks. I got something here. Let's see. Thank you for the like, Tony, on the Facebook there. I think it's working out, not broadcasting on Facebook, just putting the link there. But I see that there, Tony. But that was something else here. What else do we have? No, nothing there. Nothing there. I got something on chess.com. What the hell's that? I'll have to check later. Okay. Across the pond, London, UK at 11:25 a.m. Cloudy skies, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, is that? It looks like they got some snow showers in Milan. I guess Milan is where Milan and Cortina in northern Italy. That's where the Winter Olympics are going to be at. I'm seeing the commercials now and stuff like that. Even though I don't really care for NBC, but and I don't really care too much for the Olympics of late, as far as that goes. But anyway, in Milan, Italia at Mangia. It's lunchtime in Milan, Italy. 12:26 p.m. in Milan. It looks like it's snowing. 39. No, it can't be. It's 39. It's probably a mix because they do have what looks like snow, but I think it's a combination. Their combination on the little emoji icon there. 39 degrees Fahrenheit in Milan. Beautiful city. Skipping. No, we got double J's here, so we have to before we go to Malaysia. In India, that's the home country for double J's. We've learned a lot about India through double J's here and stuff like that. I think if I was to visit that country, what double J's has told me about it, I think I wouldn't be surprised in what I see and stuff like that. But his home country of India in New Delhi, it's raining in New Delhi. Is that rain? Because they don't get snow in New Delhi, I don't think. Not with the temperature of 60. Its current temperature there is 61 degrees at 4:57 p.m. And down on the coast there of Mumbai at 4:57 p.m. Sunny with some passing clouds in Mumbai at 4:57 p.m. Also 79 degrees Fahrenheit, and Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, at 7:27 p.m. So that's almost 4 be 5 6. That's almost 3 hours difference from from India to Malaysia. Wow. Okay, the map is just squunched. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 7:28 p.m. Clear skies in Kuala Lumpur, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Tokyo, over the skies of Tokyo, Japan at 8:28 p.m. in their evening. Clear skies, 41 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent, great country, and great friend and ally, I like saying, of Australia, and we do appreciate Australia. Melbourne at 10:28 p.m. in their late evening. Clear skies, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia at 10:28 p.m. also clear skies, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. And let me get this. What do we got here? I can shut that off. I might as well shut this off too, because this is still charging. We'll just take off the. We'll put this in a sleep mode to where it can charge. It's at 38%. Started out at like 4%. So we're going to shut this down while it charges and stuff. Okay, our National Day. One of the things I mentioned yesterday on the Fireman Rich audio podcast, when we got to the thought for or the National Day, the one I had for Wednesday was actually for Thursday. So we took the one Thursday and made it the one for Thursday. Well, the one for Thursday, yesterday. I mentioned it was what blonde brownie, and actually it was for yesterday. So I took Wednesdays and made it for yesterday or something like that. So just switched them and stuff. Or no, I did another one. I forget what I did, but anyway, for today, and this is for January 23rd. I got to look at the date. I keep on forgetting about the date. Um, Man, that coffee's good. For January 23rd, the National Day, we have National Security Technician Day. Okay, the people that keep our interwebs safe. National Handwriting Day. Yeah, do people still handwrite? We're gonna go with this one, and again, I know Tina's gonna love it. It's National Pie Day. We're not talking, the pie 3.14. This is the actual pie, like an apple pie. Um, what kind of pie is that? It looks. I see an apple pie, a pumpkin, pecan. Oh, I love pecan. Pecan, and Tina's saying, "Oh yes," I knew that'd wake her up. National Pie Day. My favorite though is apple pie. I do like apple pie. That is, but on the holidays, especially Thanksgiving, I always love to have an apple and a pumpkin pie. And Tina, yeah, I like any kind. I like any kind too. They're all good. And pecan is good, but there's a lot of sugar. Well, there's a lot of sugar in pies anyway, even in apple pie. But this just seems like there's a whole lot more going on in that pecan pie. But apple pie is probably my favorite. I do enjoy a good apple pie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Um, I'm not into the mincemeat pie though. No, I don't think I don't. You like mince pie? Yeah, the missus loves mincemeat pie, and I guess it's just the fact that pie and meat. I like a good pot pie. The missus makes some good pot pies. I like them; they're good. But we're talking about the sweet kind, I guess, here in National Pie Day on this January 23rd, celebrating one of the nation's favorite desserts. No matter how you slice it, pie is just about any favorite or any form that makes a crowd happy. Fruit pie, berry pie, cream pie, and they are all mouth-watering, serving on homemade goodness. Hashtag National Pie Day. And it's not the 3.14 one. And let's see. Tina says pies always raise my. Yeah, there's a lot of sugar. I love mince pie, mincemeat pie. There you go. And pot. Oh, I know what you're thinking of. Okay. No, not that. No, pot pie. No, that's not. That's a different. A chicken pot pie is like a whole different thing. There, deplorable. That's a good one. I got it from the Amish. Oh, is that an Amish? Okay, they make some great. There's the grocery store we shop at in a week here in Owego. There's during the summer times. There's those aren't Amish. Those are Mennonites, aren't they? That are outside the Price Chopper.
I think so.
Yeah, I think they're Mennonites. I don't think that they could be on. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell and stuff like that. It's just. Um, let's see. Cool name, Fact Checker. Okay. Uh, the libs hate that. Okay. All right. That's as far as I'll get political with you, deplorable. You know what I'm talking about. That's a good. That's a good one. Really? Is that what's flying? Uh, Tina says Amish shoe fly is the. Oh, that's shoe fly pie. Have you ever had shoe fly pie?
No, I'm not.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay, she's heard of it. I never heard of that. And the fact checker are off color jokes a lot. No, they aren't fact checker. Oh, fact checkers here. Oh, fact checked. Oh, fact checker said pot pie. Oh, good morning. No, this is a clean show, fact checker. Okay. I do have another show, a broadcast. I go Hello America on Rumble. It's a Rumble only, so keep it clean, please. It's this early morning for me, okay? So coming in, fact checker. He's a new person here, I guess. Thank you very much. And I thought that was deplorable for a minute, fact checker. uh, Okay, darn. No, they just keep it clean and stuff. I know there's some broadcasts and stuff like that, but no. Appreciate you being here though. We sort of keep it semi clean. We don't really get into the Hello America. I do. I open up. I Just so you know, I am a registered Republican conservative. Okay, so you know which way I swing as far as that goes and stuff like that. But I like that. That was a little joke. That's as close as you're going to go as far as we do go over the news as far as the current events and stuff like that a little bit. We don't go in depth. This is just a casual, nonchalant. Sit down, have the morning coffee at the coffee shop and stuff like that. Yeah. I Let's see. Deplorable. Oh, I hit your this thing. Deplorable's laughing, and. And Deplorable says shoe fly is basically molasses pie. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. And yeah, fact checker, just keep it somewhat clean. I would really appreciate that, my friend. Glad to have you here, though. Really glad. Thank you for your view and appreciate it. And, and Deplorable says we do bust on. Yeah, we try and look at it and stuff like that. With the stuff that just to give you one more thing there, I'm more of a common sense type of a guy, fact checker. So as far as that goes, and let's see, and that's what I'm hearing. Double J's. He gave a pretty good speech, and he was calling out the European. Some Europeans were trying to call him out, but it didn't. It doesn't phase him. He thinks of security. The bottom line with our current president, President Trump, that his ultimate goal is peace. If you cannot see that, then I don't know what to say. It's end of discussion. You can disagree with some of his policies and stuff, but the man is a man of peace, and that's what he's striving for. If you can't see that at this point, and people are nitpicking it apart, that using the various words towards him, that he's this, he's that, and it's not true. He's probably going to be one of our great presidents. I think this now his first term was a little shaky jakey because he had, they had, but that could change. I'll be talking more about President Trump, I guess, and stuff when I got to get a Hello America. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a Hello America, so that's where I get a little more political and really air my opinions because I feel safe on. And here, because we're broadcast on YouTube and Twitch, and not locals. Locals is associated to a certain degree with Rumble. So, but we're on YouTube and Twitch. So I'm a person that I respect that. Back in my younger day, when I would just let off on both barrels of the shotgun and stuff like that. But I try to be respectable. Even if it's real wretched stuff, I don't want to bring it into this broadcast because the whole purpose of this broadcast is to have a hashtag positive start today, hashtag PSTDD. I can still be positive and still hold my opinion, but I'll voice that opinion a little bit more on the broadcast Hello America. That's the whole purpose of that. I know some people, they voice their opinions opposite of what my views are in some cases. But I'm always coming to the conclusion we're at a crossroads because I have friends here in the southern tier of upstate New York. They're on the opposite side, as well as family members that I don't even bring up politics with them anymore. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But I like talking about it. So, Hello America. That's the broadcast where I really tell you what I feel about. And President Trump is our president. He's everybody's president. Even those people that disagree with him, they don't want him to be his president. He's still their president. He got elected. You can't throw that away. And these people, they'll have their opinions, but some of their opinions and stuff is like, and the protests. I can just say here, the protests. They're very, they're not right. Especially I mentioned, and I'll just go just across the surface here. The most recent protests. I guess the news is they caught the planners and some individuals that now they're saying they didn't storm the church; they were part of the service. It's like, give me a break. I seen the video. It's just like you're interrupting a religious service and it just happened to be a bunch of older white people and stuff like that. Could you get away with it? Let's see those same individuals go into a mosque or a synagogue. They get kicked out on their asses. So that's not protesting. You protest outside on the sidewalk and stuff. You don't go into a house of worship. That's crossing a line that you shouldn't cross. I mean, I heard that just real quick. It just reminded me of the church burnings I remember seeing during the early '60s. Black churches and stuff. That's wrong. That's deadly wrong. That's and then this when that happened, this recent case out there in Minneapolis, I'm like, what the f? What are you guys doing? They're not thinking. They're just going for the. But these people are going to be prosecuted in the full extent of the law, and it's a federal offense. They're not messing around, and I'm glad they are because it's just like you don't go on that. That's a big no, and I don't care what anybody says. You do not do that. So, and people are blaming Trump because of it. It's like that's the ridiculous thing about it. So, but at any rate, but we appreciate you being here, fact checker and stuff like that, and you're on Rumble. So today is National Pie Day. So go out and buy a pie and have a slice. Yeah, you went shopping yesterday. You could have. Yeah, we didn't get any pie. She did good. Okay, let's see. Yesterday, we did do the Fireman Rich audio podcast, and we talked about there was a flower that they found down in Australia, the outback, that they thought was extinct, and its name is Pilotus cereris, Pilotus and I talked about that as far as and they got this big database that amateur scientists take pictures, they can load it up, and that's how that was discovered. Hey, this guy didn't know what it was, so he put it up on the database, and these scientists, real scientists, actual scientists, botanists and stuff like that, say, hey, that's an extinct plant. Where did you find that? So I'm pretty intrigued with the what's the name of the database? Oh, the iNaturalist. I got to check that out. I said I was going to do that. I got to check that out to see. So it's pretty interesting. Okay, let's see. So yeah, Trump had a good day out there in Switzerland and stuff like that. I don't think Gavin Newsom did though. It's just nobody wanted to pay attention to his ass. He said he didn't get invited to any American. Well, you're bad mouthing your country overseas and stuff. Who would want you there? I don't like those type of people. And there's a recent singer. I'll go ahead for fact checker just to let you know this is the extent where we go to. Bruce Springsteen actually had some comments on a concert that he had. There's Jack. Hey, Jack. You want to look outside the window? See, it's still dark. This is Jack. He's being chased. Bruce Springsteen. I'm not a Bruce Springsteen fan anymore. I could say he has good music, but him personally, I don't really care for. Just totally disagree with what he has to say, especially when you're saying the crap that he's saying overseas and stuff. If you can't, he says it here in the United States, but I think he's wrong. Just disagree and leave it at that. And I think he's, are there mistakes? Yeah, there's a few mistakes and stuff being done, but he makes it sound like it's a travesty and stuff like that. So, but anyway, so the audio podcast we had yesterday, it went well as far as that goes. But next Tuesday, we'll be having not the Fireman Rich audio podcast. We'll be doing the Mixcloud broadcast to where we have, I present 8 songs as far as that goes, and on of rock and roll nature on Mixcloud.com. Let's put that there. Jackie wants to look out the window. He's cleaning himself. And let's see now. We got 100 years ago. We're up on a 1 hour. It's been an hour already? Holy crap. I guess I've been talking up a storm. Oh, well, we talked about my friend there. That's true. Okay, so let's go ahead and get set up for 100 years ago. and see what Roger Luther. He's the Broome County historian for Broome County, New York, and as far as that goes. And let's see, is that going to come up? What the hell's going on? Oh, I got to bring it over here. There we go. Fox 40. Go ahead and share that. I don't like to say the bounce back button to go in between two tabs is not there. I guess that's been a Rumble update. But Roger Luther is the historian for Broome County, and they do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over there on Fox 40. It's a local Fox affiliate in Vestal, New York, and I have no association with Fox 40. We just present this here to give you an idea what it was like here 100 years ago in the southern tier of upstate New York, and such. And sometimes it's some funny stuff. And this was concerning news back in the day. But this is a young lady on Fox 40, one of the newscasters there, and this is as of yesterday. Or no, not yesterday, 21st, Wednesday, and we'll go ahead and listen to this. As far as that goes, stand by. Here we go.
And tonight we continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past. 17 chickens stolen. Broome County historian Roger Luther has this story and more in tonight's 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, the 13th annual Automobile Show will open in the State Armory this Saturday. Visitors to the show will see more than 70 automobiles and the wonderful progress that has been made in the automobile industry. Employees of the Endicott Johnson Corporation learned today that based on the corporation's financial report for 1925, they will share in the distribution of a large bonus. A cigar store clerk on Shenango Street was arrested this morning on a charge of improper conduct after several young women complained that they had been annoyed by him while they were on their way to work. And finally, a Port Crane woman reported that 17 chickens were stolen from her hen house last night. That was the news, January 21st, 1926.
Okay, thank you, Roger Luther, the Broome County historians. A big chicken robbery there on in Port Crane. 17 chickens were stolen from the hen house. Oh man, it's either chickens or eggs or cows missing or freaking bubble gum. That was a big crime. Then you had the cigars store clerk on Shenango Street in Binghamton. He was probably outside smoking a cigar and he's just whistling at a few females walking by and he gets arrested. Oh my God. But you could back then. You could. It was a different time, different way of looking at things. And as far as that goes, and I'm right there with you, Tina. I'm laughing as far as that. I presented this yesterday on the Fireman Rich audio podcast. I do this also, and then I was laughing on that one. When I heard this one yesterday and stuff, it was just like I was just shaking my head. It's like, my God, that was the most pressing news there was back in the day. So. And that's why we like it. That's why we like 100 years ago, as far as that goes. Let's see. The employees of the Endicott Johnson Corporation, Mr. Johnson there, he was, I guess they had a good year in 1925. They had a huge, large bonus. I wonder how much it was. Maybe it was about $50, which was probably worth a lot of money there. And then, of course, they had the 100 years ago, the 13th annual automobile. They don't have the automobile show in the armory there in Binghamton anymore. But they had 70 automobiles, 7 different types of automobiles as far as that goes. That's intriguing. So there we have it as far as 100 years ago today from Wednesday as far as that goes. And that's something. It's lots of laughs. I have to say the same thing, Tina. In other history, on this day, today, January 23rd, 2026, back in 1855 on this day, the first bridge over the Mississippi River opened in Minnesota. The Mississippi up in Minnesota, I was born out in Minnesota. My grandparents, my mother's parents, were out there in Minnesota and Winona, Minnesota, which sits on the Mississippi. And there's some summers I spent in the '60s. The last time I was out there seeing my grandparents was '69 or '68. I think it was '68. And I went fishing with my grandfather. That's the most memorable moment memory I have of him. And we had bamboo poles. Went out there. He had a rowboat. Was right. The house sat right here. You'd walk across the street, and then there was the railroad tracks, and then around the other side of the railroad track was the Mississippi. Wasn't that big. When you get down closer to St. Louis and stuff, it's wide. But there's some good fishing. But so it wasn't that long of a bridge on the Mississippi compared to the bridges that are down towards St. Louis and down towards New Orleans. But the first bridge over the Mississippi River opened in Minnesota in 1855. And let's see. The 24th Amendment to the Constitution was passed in 1964, ratifying prohibiting election day poll taxes. You actually had to pay a tax to vote? No, that's not good. 1973, on this day, a peace accord was reached between the United States and North Vietnam, which pretty much at that time became all of Vietnam, I guess. The North Vietnam, they won the war. They made their country whole again. And I can go into a long history of Vietnam that the U.S. missed some key points previously in history to where it would have diverted it away from having the Vietnam War. But we're so fixated on communism back in the late 50s and 60s that, let's see, 1977, the National Handwriting Day. Oh, that's why it's National Handwriting Day. National Handwriting Day in the United States was established. Oh, okay, so that's one of the national days. National Handwriting Day was established on this day in 1977. And 1978, Sweden became the first nation to ban aerosol sprays protecting the Earth's ozone. That was a major change. A lot of aerosols were changed around because it was punching a hole in the ozone, they said. And then in 1986, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducted its first members: Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, James Brown, Ray Charles, Fats Domino, Everly Brothers, Buddy Holly, God bless him, and Jerry Lee Lewis. And let's see, in other history, let's see, on this day, is there anything else? 1789, Georgetown University was established in present-day Washington, D.C. And 1849, Elizabeth Blackwell became the first woman to receive a medical degree in the United States. And it was in 2018. I'm not a fan of his, but you got to recognize the accomplishment. LeBron James became the youngest NBA player to reach 30,000 career points, a milestone. And so that's a lot. That's a lot. And let's see, Double J says, remember CFC refrigerator? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Double J, the CFCs. And I think, didn't they use CFCs in the first car air conditioners and stuff that says they don't want stuff to be harmful and stuff like that. I think we've come a long way since that, as far as that goes. So so yeah, I remember the CFCs. They were pretty nasty stuff. So, but let's see, we're coming up on. It looks like we're coming up on a. I'm going to try and drag this out because I think I just get noticed an ad starts on Twitch there. I do monetize on Twitch with the ads, so if you watch through the ads, I appreciate it. And there's some ads, I guess, on Rumble as well, as far as when you first start out, but you can skip through those as far as that goes. And we do have the well, we're not going to get it. We only have 3 people on Rumble. We need 10 people on Rumble to do a read ad campaign. And there's something that happened on Rumble that I'm going to just save it. And, it'll be if I get 10 people, I'll do a read ad campaign. But there's like 3 things in the read ad campaign that I can actually talk to and say, yeah, I do like them and stuff. But and that's a form of monetization on the what is it on the what is that? Oh, we got that on the on Rumble, here on Rumble and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break here, folks. And I know, Tina, you're gonna go off and see Hal. So I'll say have a great day today, Tina, and great weekend and all that. And we'll be back for our second hour and stuff like. Yeah, you're welcome, Tina. You're welcome. And we'll be back for our second hour here. I got to go refresh my coffee here. And Tina just she's exiting to go see Hal. He's not on yet. Oh, who's this? Oh, she's back on Twitch. Riz Lexo, Rizzlexo. I give her a shout out. She's an Australian. She's a funny lady and stuff. All right, folks, you all hang loose here. We will be right back in a couple minutes. I'm going to go get my second cup of coffee, and as far as that goes, and just kick back, and we will be right back, folks. And we're back. We're back here on the Friday morning coffee. We have a second cup of coffee here in hand for 01.23.2026 at Rumble Video Broadcast. Rich Roberts here, at Fireman Rich over there on X, and mainstay of where I post on the social media feeds. That's where I'm at. I do some postings on other platforms. Just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at. And or else just check out the links that are on the various platforms you're on and stuff. And we had a good first half there. On the second half of the broadcast here, top of the hour at 7:01 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And second half, we're going to be looking at some news web pages that I have no affiliation with. Full disclosure, I just present them here during the Monday, Wednesday, Friday broadcast, coffee broadcast, to just to show you, give you an idea what it's like here around the southern tier of upstate New York. And it's my home where I grew up, and as far as that goes, and I enjoy doing that. And I think it gives a good perspective, a little bit of the southern tier of upstate New York. Because a lot of people, when you just mention, "Oh, I'm from New York," and they automatically think you're from New York City, and there's a whole lot more to New York State than New York. Just New York. New York City, it's a big city, yeah, but New York City doesn't define New York State as far as that goes. It's part of New York State, and as far as that goes, but the rest of the state is pretty vast and very diverse in what it has to offer and stuff. You know, you got New York City down there with Long Island. You come up, you got the Hudson Valley going into the Catskills, the Adirondacks, and you got the Finger Lakes, and you got Niagara Falls. So I mean, first time I saw I didn't see Niagara Falls until I got out of the service. You know, lived here all my life and for a good portion of my life. And when I first saw Niagara Falls, I'm like, wow, look at all that water. That's the thing; it's just moving. It's like and the falls themselves, they're impressive. You know, you see them on. There's one thing to see a picture or a movie and stuff, but when you're right there and you see it, it's like, ah. Okay, let's see what we have here on Fox 40. We have something, and this is an animal park that's here in the southern tier. Let's see, Animal Adventure Park opens new indoor zoo experience. So this is where they have they have animals, giraffes, and they had the giraffes here. Had a baby giraffe born several years back. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring this up on the Fox. We'll share that tab, and we got to take care of the doohickey here. Okay, there we go. And there's the individual that's going to tell us about it. And here we go. Let's go ahead and listen to this.
And animal lovers will have something fun to do in Harpersville this winter as the local zoo is moving forward with a new indoor exhibit. Fox 40's Katie Lynn takes us in on a sneak peek.
For the first time, visitors will get to enjoy many of what Animal Adventure Park has to offer during its off-season months.
The indoor zoo is a win-win-win. Number one, it brings our animals indoors and keeps them on exhibit to be engaged by guests year-round, which is a win for the animals for enrichment. Number two, it gives our guests, our community, an option to do in the winter months when there's not a lot to do in our area. And the third is our team members. We have a number of seasonal team members that are generally unemployed in our off-season. Now they stay employed.
We were invited to an exclusive look at the indoor experience featuring animals like the giraffe, rhino, sloth, aviaries, and dozens of other species. Visitors will be able to enjoy interactive and viewing exhibits, animal feeding, gem mining, a gift shop, and a new birthday party venue. Zoo owner Jordan Patch said he's thrilled about finally unveiling this new space to the community.
The park is always about dreaming bigger and better, and this is just an example of a new thing that we're providing to our community. So once the kids and the families come in and enjoy the space, that's when we have those feel-good moments and know we were making the right decision.
The indoor zoo is holding its grand opening on Saturday. Admissions is reservation-based and can be made on the zoo website. In Harpersville, Katie Lynn.
So there's the Animal Adventure. It's an animal park there, and if you look at that, the animals, they look like they're being caged and all that. It's to protect them from the weather because I don't think the kangaroos would want to be out in 20-degree weather and stuff like that. But it's a little bit larger area to where they can they have some space, but people can go and look at them and stuff. When they're out in the open, they have vast areas to where they can roam and stuff like that. As far as that, for down there in Harpersville, because that's a pretty rural area. It's just on the other side of Binghamton, the east side of Binghamton, outside Binghamton. So they have an indoor zoo, and that's pretty cool. Being able to see kangaroos, I didn't realize they had kangaroos there and stuff. So that's pretty neat as far as that goes. And um, let's see, and let's see. We have Liberty 101 there from and the missus says good morning, and she says good morning to the missus also, and saying good morning Patriots with the flags. Love the flags. Love the snowman. Not too. We don't have any snow out there right now, Liberty. We're going to be getting a boat. You're going to probably get a boatload this weekend. We're expected to get 11 to 12 inches and stuff like that. And there's Deplorable saying good morning to L Liberty 101 up there in the Niagara Buffalo area. Love the flags for both you and Deplorable. As far as that goes, Deplorable saying good morning to Liberty, and Liberty saying hi back to Deplorable and stuff. Glad to have you here, and we have another Rumble folk, first time here, fact checker if he's still there. Love the people. Rumble rocks. I love Rumble. Rumble is I can't speak enough about Rumble as far as like that. And let's see, same here on top of the 6 we already have Mike at a foot. Okay, so you're looking at a foot of snow there. Yeah, we're keeping tabs on it right now. Right now it's it's starting to it's blue sky out there. The sun's starting to rise.
Nor'easter, they say.
What's that?
A nor'easter.
Yeah. Okay, so it is a northeaster.
Yeah.
What did I say yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a northeastern. The missus says. Let me check the radar here on this, the Doppler.
Nothing much yet.
Oh, you don't see anything. Oh, that's what they're talking about now. So they weren't okay.
Some rain and stuff pouring down southeast.
Okay. I just checked the Doppler real quick here. Okay, we got stuff coming. Yeah, it always looks like that beforehand, and it just like all of a sudden it comes out. It's supposed to. When is it supposed to be coming in here? It's supposed to be coming into our area Saturday morning. Or no, Sunday morning. Sunday morning. Yes, she did. She did watch that. And thank you. We got to laugh at it. On I don't want to say this, but it's just like it doesn't look like the curse has been that loss by Buffalo last week was heart-wrenching. And I'm paying attention. I'm going to get to the sports. I'm going to talk about. I listened to the interview of the owner and the that GM. I'm not a fan of that GM. I don't know what you think of him. I don't really care for him or the owner. He gets promoted and Sean McDermott gets canned. I don't like that. But yeah, she did watch it, and we did enjoy it. I thought that was a good clip, very good clip. I want to say thank you for that as far as it goes. And I don't think it didn't. No. I was sort of hoping it was a good game, but it was a catch. For me, that game is always going to be about the catch because the rule stated, and I think it was because the next day during the 49ers and Seahawks and the Bears and New England or Bears. Who did the Bears play? They got beat. Who did they beat? The Bears and who did the Bears beat? Who did the Bears? I got it right here. Hang on. Let's see. Let's see. The 49ers and no, it was the Chargers and Patriots the next Sunday. Chargers the next day. And Texans and Steelers. Okay, Texans. They had two of the same exact situations, but they called it the other way, and that right there shows that it was wrong. So we were not happy with that as far as that goes, and Let me get back here to the Rumble page. So let's see. Terrell Owens has been making a fuss about that call as well. Yeah, I think a lot of people can legitimately say that that was a wrong call. The game was, granted, some people say, oh, he got, Josh Allen got 5, there was 4 takeaways, and then Cook got 1 with a fumble, so a total of 5. Oh, you can't win again. They were right in the game. It's just that one call. And but during the interview this Tuesday with the owner, who I don't know, I don't think he well, we'll get to that when we talk about the sports and stuff like that. But I'm not too thrilled with the owner. I guess he's the owner of the Buffalo Sabres too. So I know he's had some heartache in his life as recently here with his family and stuff like that. But and he's a billionaire and he's making decisions on emotion from what I'm looking at. But we'll just leave it at that. I was wondering why Josh was all wishy-washy. Think he knew Coach Sean? No, I don't think he knew he was. He might have. I don't know. We won't know because in that interview, the reporters asked the owner how Josh Allen felt. He said, "Well, we had a private talk and we're leaving at that." So basically, we won't know because if he talked to Josh Allen's going to be, because they're moving forward. I guess that's what the owner wants. You could say that's what the owner wants because he owns the team, but the fan base, we're thinking otherwise. I think Sean McDermott he's a fantastic coach, and I'll be rooting for whatever team he goes on next. And he was very gracious in leaving. He didn't kick and stuff like that, but they're saying that he was meeting with, but we'll talk about that in the football as far as that goes. He gets canned, but this Bean guy gets promoted. There's something fishy there. That's it. That you don't. That's. We used to have a saying sometimes in IBM: if you want to, if you screw up, you move up. So it's one of those. I'm looking at that type of situation with the Bills and stuff with the owner, as far as that goes. So, but let's see. We have another article. The Animal Ventures, great place. I haven't been there yet. I got a public service announcement here because it's concerning dangers of carbon monoxide.
And we will all be definitely
that's on Fox 40 here. So let's go ahead and listen to this because if check those batteries in the carbon monoxide detectors if you have them, and they're good to have, especially if you have a wood burning stove. You should have them. As far as that goes. So let's go ahead and listen to this one, dangers of carbon monoxide, which is it's a concerning thing. It is. It is a concerning thing. So let's go ahead and listen to this one.
And we will all be definitely upping our thermostats this weekend, but there's also an invisible danger in our heating systems that can slip through the cracks. Every year in the U.S., unintentional carbon monoxide poisoning sends more than 100,000 people to the emergency room, hospitalizes more than 14,000 patients, and kills more than 400 people.
A lot of the symptoms of the early start to carbon monoxide exposure can mimic some of the cold and flu-like symptoms.
Milk says that adds to the challenge of identifying when carbon monoxide is making a person sick. The most common symptoms of poisoning are headache, dizziness, weakness, upset stomach, vomiting, chest pain, and confusion. The CDC says to never use a generator inside the home or even in the garage, even if your doors and windows are open. Never heat your home with a gas oven, and don't run your vehicle inside a garage that's attached to a house, even with the garage door open.
Those are some pretty common sense precautions there, folks. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. Yeah, you can be safe. So a generator inside the house. There's some people that do that, though. It's stupid. But emergency services here, I hear on the radio, they go out for carbon monoxide responses and stuff like that. Soul Cruiser, holy criminy. Look at who's in the house. Soul Cruiser, how you doing, sir? He's Soul Cruiser's primary. I watch. I follow him on Instagram. He's a great guy. He's over there in England. a former West Point graduate, U.S. Army, and I've been to the campus many a times. I went to Newburgh Free Academy, which was right near West Point. Used to visit West Point quite frequently during the evening retreat ceremonies they have during the summer. It was open to the public. So, but Soul Cruiser is over there in the UK. I hope you are doing well, sir, along with your family. This is a welcome surprise, my friend. Great to have you here. And yeah, all is good, my friend. That's good. Yeah, I follow you, and it's not like the old days of Audio Boo, but we're all scattered and stuff. But it's always good to see a former Audio Booer. I still have fond memories of Audio Boo. I miss Audio Boo. But I do listen to you, and I follow you over on Instagram, and I love your pictures of the countryside, the English countrysides and stuff. And let's see, I didn't know if you saw. I'm a grandpa. You're a grandpa. Let me check it out. Let me see. Let's see. Soul Cruise I've known for a number of years. He's one of the people I first met when I was coming on this thing called the internet. Let me bring up my Instagram. Let's see. Instagram. And let's see. Let's go to Soul Cruiser. Where are you at? There's that. Where are you, Soul Cruiser? Where are you at? I know I'm following you. There's Simon. There's Top Gold. Where the heck are you at? Let's see. I'll put you in the search here, search bar. Let's see. Oh, there you are. Oh, you don't have pictures. Oh, okay. But you're a grandfather. I didn't know that as far as that goes. So, did you? Let me check your X page here too. I follow you on X also. But let's see. What the heck am I doing here? Clay Lowe. Mr. Clay Lowe. Oh, so you didn't put pictures. Well, that's good that you didn't put up pictures and stuff, I guess. I just looking at your media and stuff like that. And let me go ahead and share this tab. This is the person we're talking to right now. As far as to give him a shout out, I haven't spoke with him since the Audio Boo days, I think, as far as that goes. So this is Soul Cruiser, Clay Lowe, and stories are code. He's in the programming. Very, very. This is his. Let's go ahead and go over. This is his IG, Instagram that I follow. He's got some good pictures there of the countryside and stuff, and I do appreciate. I mean, when he goes out, look at some of these pictures. They're freaking fantastic. There he is. I mean, he's out on the countryside of the UK and stuff like that, and it's fantastic. So, you know, the waterways, it gives you a real feel of the what it's like over there in the UK, and some of the photography is really great. Under the Tower, the Devil. I don't know what that's all about there. What were you doing on that? Right? Oh, that's just some typing and stuff like that. So he's got there's Soul Cruiser. Look at the pictures, though. Look at this. As far as that goes, that's freaking phenomenal. So give Soul Cruiser a follow as far as that goes over there on X and also on Instagram. He uses Soul Cruiser, SOULCRUZER. And I do appreciate you being here, Clay. And a grandfather, though, huh? Oh, my God. Is your son still in the military? I think that's the last thing I remember you saying your son went into the military. as far as that goes. And let's see. I missed the audio. Let's see. I missed the audio boo days. Yeah, I do too. I miss the audio boo days. And let's see. Let's see. There we go. Get this right, Rich. You miss the audio boo days? Yeah, I do too. And there are no pictures. Okay, only on Facebook. Okay, I think I'm following you on Facebook. I don't use the Facebook that much and stuff. I'll have to check it out later. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Are you still straight? Yeah, I'm doing a Mixcloud. I do it every Tuesday, every other Tuesday. Mixcloud. It's the original channel that I had. I still have that, but I archived it. I didn't want to put everything. You know, when they went to that bit where, and you're on Mixcloud also. I follow you on Mixcloud, so that's why I hear some of your audio there on the replay. But it's mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts. That's where I can only have 10, because unless you you pay and you do the live stream and stuff, you do the premium, you can't have more than 10. So I rotate it out. I have another channel. So I still do it every other Tuesday now. It's every 2 weeks on a Tuesday. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do the audio podcast, Fireman Rich audio podcast. That's over there on Spotify. Well, I use Spotify for creators, so they took over Anchor. So I'm on Spotify for creators, and it dumps it over there on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. So, but yeah, I'm still doing the Mixcloud. And no, he's been out for a few. Oh, okay. So he's out of the server. Okay. So, God, geez, has it been that long? Wow. It's good. It's good having you here, though. It just brings out the audio boo days. They were fantastic. That was the golden days of audio. Oh my God. That's before all this political bullshit stuff and stuff like that. But you have to use filters and stuff, which I do here and stuff like that. So you're saying cool with the Mixcloud. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I love Rumble. I've been on Rumble since the get-go. And when they introduced Rumble Studios, I was over there on, I was using, what was I? I was using, what the hell was I using before Twitch? Okay. We had Blab. Remember Blab? I was on Blab, and then they had Periscope, and then Haps. I was on Haps for live streaming, and then after Haps, I went to Twitch. It was just single, and then I started doing the multicasting with Restream, which is a good platform. It's like StreamYards and Prism. I've used Prism too. They're all good platforms. But then Rumble started, and Rumble's a little bit rough. Their headquarters was up in Canada, and then they since moved down to Florida. But Rumble has just taken off, and I love being here. And this platform right here, you can see we're on 4 platforms. I could have 7 platforms going at once for free. And free is always good. So our good friend Cole Soul Cruiser is in the house, so that's a big plus there. You just made my day, Clay. You did. It's always good to see someone from the old days and stuff. And yeah, it's I'll have to check out Rumble. It's at Fireman Rich. That's the main channel, but this is the majority of the broadcasters are on the sub channel, Fireman Rich Broadcast. So if you search on Rumble at Fireman Rich, you'll see 2 channels. The at Fireman Rich, I don't put too much on that channel. That's the main account channel. All the programs go on the Fireman Rich Broadcast. So I love it. Rumble is just great. I love doing the gaming. I do the gaming, and I put it out to YouTube and Twitch. And we'll be doing some gaming this month. Lord of the Rings. I'm still doing the Lord of the Rings online. I love that game. Be 19 years I've been on that channel, or been using that game. And it doesn't get old. It does not get old. Our good friend Deplorable, who's here on Rumble in the chat, he's also a Lotro player. So, but that's pretty cool. Clay is in the house. That's cool. But I do wish you and your family well as far as that. It's good to hear a grandfather. Wow. That's cool. That is cool. Yeah, that would be me. I don't. That's the missus in the background. Says that'll be you someday. It's like, it could have. Who knows? You never know. You never know. And Soul Cruiser. I haven't played Lord of the Rings online. Yeah, they changed the they moved probably since you played. They've got new servers now. They're updated servers. and I'm still on it. So it's just I think I'm at Fireman Rich on Lotro as well, and I haven't. Oh, you haven't played it? Oh, okay. Okay? And Deplorable says, "Sure am." Yeah, you are a Lotro player, and might have to check. Yeah, you can, Clay. You can download it. Download the client. You can play for free. And let's just say the amount of, and it's a great platform. And Lord of the Rings, it's check out something, but you can download it and play it for free. You just got to get the client, and then you would. I mean, what they have to offer for free, I mean, it's monstrous. But a lot of so check it out. And I remember once we tried to hook up on PUBG. I haven't played that of late. The one game I'm getting into as far as that goes is Battlefield 6. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 6. That's a great game. Call of Duty's okay. I played it on the PC. I played the original Call of Duty. That was fun back in the day. The newer one and all the Battlefield is good. You've been doing a lot of Diablo 4. Okay, yeah, that's my kids get into that. I'm more of a Lord of the Ring. WoW. I played WoW a little bit, but I always come back. Lord of the Rings for me is a great program, a great game to play. You've been playing a lot of okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's just that's something. Clay is in the house. Wow, that's cool. And for the folks that are watching on the replay and also listening in the chat and stuff like that, Clay Soul Cruiser, he is from the UK. Oh, you're going to download? Okay, check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. It's not as hardcore as say Diablo. Diablo is pretty intense. I've seen video of it. I think Elon plays Diablo too. I watched a video on him a year or so ago. He was playing on Periscope and stuff, and he's a Diablo player. And but Lord of the Rings is more my forte as far as I love it. I've been playing it since the beta, and I always like talking it. And let's see, Soul Cruiser says I live in UK, but originally, oh, you're from New Jersey. Okay, you're from Jersey. Okay, but everybody, I want you to know he's also a West Point grad. That rate's pretty high with me. I'm prior military, so he is a West Point graduate, and we thank you for your service, my friend. And sir, you were an officer, so I have to call you sir. I was down in their enlisted ranks and stuff like that. But West Point is a very my sister almost went there in '77. She went for it. If she would have went to prep school, she could have gone in the following year. And as far as that goes, and let's see, thanks for your service. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. It's a lot different nowadays than it was when we were in, right, Clay? It's a whole different story now. Whole different mission packages and all that, as they would say. But yeah, my sister, she would have been the first year they allowed women into West Point was in '77. She was it Congressman Gilman was a congressman then, and I went in front of Congressman Gilman. I tried for the Air Force Academy, and I could have done. I don't think I would have lasted prep school because my sister was a lot smarter. We graduated together. We're not twins. I just was put back a year, and because my senior year, I was taking physics. I dropped physics, and so I don't know. I don't think I would have survived the campus, the college scene there. I wasn't that much book smart. I was common sense smart. My sister was really smart. She would have gone, but she ended up going to Mount St. Mary's there in Orange County, and then she went into the Air Force or went into the Army. She went into the Army, and she was in the computer field and stuff like that. She retired. She got after she was one of a few females. Her last mission was over there in Somalia. When we were over there, she was on the base. I think she said she was one of 5 women that were there, but they never went off site. They had the Connex box, boom, they dropped it, and she was in charge of the computer data link, I guess, or something like that. And But after she got back from that, she retired early at 18 years. I guess the Army was offering.
15. It's
Huh?
15.
No, it's,
You could have taken it.
oh, that's right. Maybe it was 50. She had an early retirement where she got out, and then she was doing. She went in to do the exact same things she did at Fort Huachuca, and she retired there in Arizona at Fort Huachuca, and she lives in Phoenix now. Hey, here's a kicker: her two sons, they went into the Air Force. Oh, let's see. The academics nearly done me in, particularly the math and science. The science would have done. I think I would have picked up on the math, but the science would have done me in. It was only history and English that say, "Oh, there we go." That's I would have been the same way.
Yeah, history would have saved your ass.
Yeah, history would have saved my ass and stuff. But the math, I ended up getting my degree through the University of Air Force, and University of Maryland was and I did the math. I picked right back up on. The science was a little touchy, so I got my associates before I got out, and I should. That's the one regret. The 20 years I was in, I should have came out with a bachelor's. But then I look at what I did coming out of the service after I retired in '97. I worked at IBM for 9 years, and then I worked at another place of employment I called a day job here for 17 years, which was really great and really interesting. I don't like mentioning the name and stuff like that because things associated with it, which people might have a gripe about. But I was very fortunate to work there, but also IBM. That I don't think I really needed a college degree. Well, the associates helped. The associates definitely helped, but I wasn't really that technical. Let's just say, and then it was interesting. So, but I look back that I was an almost going into the academy. My sister would have been a sure thing. She was very smart. She could have, but she didn't really. Well, I guess when she was in the Army, I think it wasn't what she was thinking. But she lasted 15, 16 years there, and then she got out after she got back from Somalia because, like I said, the Army they were downsizing, so they offered an early retirement. She lost a little bit on each year of her when she got out and stuff. So we're talking to Clay Lowe, Soul Cruiser, on all these fine social platforms. He's on the Twitch side there, and we appreciate it. Let's see what else we have on. You're not eating up the time, Cole or Clay. I'm sorry. Let's see what else we have on Fox 40. Anything? I just like showing what's around the southern tier here. That's on Fox 40. Let's see, WEBO. SRU Elementary School remains closed the rest of the week due to what's that? Due to water issues? Oh, that's Sayre Athens. Okay, Thursday and Friday, according to Athens Area School District. So SRU. What's SRU? Sayre.
Rural. I don't know. Never heard it called that.
It's one of the schools there.
Never heard it called that.
Athens Area School District, the SRU Elementary School. So it's the elementary school down in Sayre. They got a water issue. That's on WEBO, the radio station here in Owego. And let's see what else we got on Fox. I think that's it. Or WEBO. Let's see. Let's just check, make sure. Binghamton University receives largest academy gift in the university's history. $55 million. Wow.
They should use that towards tuition.
Wow, there's a big spill on it. Well, it's coming from the state. Okay. I almost look at that as they're buying votes, but to establish an AI center. Everything's AI,
That's
so
right. Yeah.
so that's what they're
AI's
doing.
gonna kill us.
Let's see, WNBF or that's the radio station out of Binghamton. And not seeing anything on there. Let's go to channel 12, WBNG. Dangerous. Yeah, this is let's go to the weather report here to give you an idea. This is as of, when is this? As of yesterday. 19 hours ago, but it gives you an idea what's happening here in the southern tier weather-wise. So let's go ahead and show this one of the weather. Soul Cruiser says, nice to catch up with you again. I'm going to bounce now. Have a good rest. Okay, thank you, Clay. Appreciate it. Again, folks, there it is, Soul Cruiser. Check out Soul Cruiser on X and Instagram. He's also on Mixcloud. He's a good friend, good online friend here. I've known for a number of years, and it's always good to catch up with you, Clay. And appreciate it. And again, best to you and your family as far as that goes. The very best. God, it's always good to see other people that I really enjoyed. He has great content too. His Instagram, I mean, his pictures. I look at, and it just gives me. It's the UK, and you could tell when he talks, his accent. He sounds like he's from there, but he's a Jersey guy. He's a guy from Jersey, but he's a good. He's very very. Okay, how can I say it? Very very knowledgeable in what he's talking about too, as far as that goes. So he's a good guy. He's one of the prior military. You know, just like so.
Would he retire over there?
I don't know if he retired. I think he got out. I didn't.
But he's all living over there.
He lives in the UK. Yeah, he's from New Jersey. But when you hear him, he sounds like he's from England. He has that English accent. I think he picked up on, as far as that goes. So always great to catch up with. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got, like I said, the wind chill. Let's see what's going on here. This will give you an idea what's going on weather-wise over the next couple days here. We got a weather alert and all that. So let's go ahead and check this out. Let's bring that back up here. I got other button, Rich. And we'll get this started here to show you what the weather is going to be like here over the next couple days.
Looking at some active conditions as we work past the noon hour here and as we take a look at satellite and radar, especially north of Binghamton. We have a snow squall warning in effect until 12:30 for Cortland County, extending into northwestern Shenango County as well. Now, we do have some isolated heavier bands of snow, eastern Broome County working into Delaware, Otsego County as well. It's going to be working towards the east, but some of the hazards we're looking at in these snow squalls, significantly reduced visibility. Roads could get snow covered very quickly, looking at some difficult to even potentially dangerous travel conditions with gusty winds that could further reduce visibility. But the time frame, very short, only about 15 to 30 minutes, but it could drop a quick coating to an inch of snow on the ground. If you're driving, get caught in a snow squall, gradually slow down and turn on your lights and your hazards. In terms of temperatures across the region, mainly in the 30s, 31 in Delhi, 32 in Oneonta, 35 in Whitney Point, 32 in Berkshire, and 33 degrees currently at the Binghamton Airport. So we have 3 first alert weather days to talk about. The first one is Friday, looking at dangerous wind chills by Friday afternoon as an Arctic front is going to be working its way through the region. And with that Arctic front, temperatures are going to be dropping into the single digits by Friday afternoon, potentially near zero as we get into the evening hours as well. Along with that front, we are watching the potential for some snow squalls as we work into the day tomorrow as well. Similar to what we're seeing today, could be seeing those snow squalls tomorrow as well. For Saturday, dangerous morning wind chills, anywhere as cold, negative 25 degrees for the feel like temperature, potentially as cold as negative 30 degrees for some of the isolated colder spots, especially if you're in an area where it's normally colder. Would not be shocked to see wind chills that cold, even throughout the day on Saturday. Temperatures only topping out in the mid-single digits. Feel like temperatures remaining below zero. When you talk about that type of cold, that's when we get talking about frozen pipes in any susceptible homes and other buildings as well. For Sunday, we're watching the path of a coastal low very closely, and we have an increasing heavy snow threat as we work into our Sunday and weekend travel impacts. Yeah, especially for the day on Sunday, we were looking at some travel impacts. And one thing we're watching closely is the potential impacts to the Monday morning commute, where we may need to issue another first alert for Monday morning as well. In terms of our temperatures, as we work through the rest of this afternoon, topping out in the lower 30s, mid 30s for some warmer areas. But as we get into tonight, temperatures down into the teens. Now, watch as we work through our Friday, starting off in the mid-teens, but look by 11 o'clock. Off to the north and west, already dropping down into the single digits. And then by 5 o'clock Friday, we are looking at temperatures widespread near 0 degrees. You factor in wind gust of 30, upwards of 40 miles per hour, that feel like temperature by noon, is near 10 degrees below zero, if not colder than that. And take a look at some of these wind chills by 6 o'clock Friday evening. Anywhere from negative 20, potentially even colder than negative 25-degree wind chills as you're heading back from work tomorrow. So it is going to be bitter cold, and that continues into Saturday as well. Like I said, Saturday morning wind chills could be as cold as negative 25 degrees. So as we work through the next couple of hours, looking at those snow squalls working their way out of our region, a mix of sun and clouds. Could see some more isolated snow showers, though, as we work through the rest of tonight. Now, tomorrow morning, that Arctic front going to work its way through. In the morning, could be seeing that isolated snow squall or two. Future track has lessened up a little bit on the intensity, but the potential is still there as we work through the morning hours on Friday. And here's that winter storm watch in effect from 1 a.m. Sunday until 7 p.m. on Sunday. And taking a look at our European model, yeah, we're looking at area-wide accumulating snowfall starting Sunday and lasting all the way into Monday as well. Again, we're talking about the potential, maybe issuing a first alert for the Monday morning commute being impacted as well. In terms of snowfall amounts, as we get some of our more short-term models throughout the day tomorrow, we'll have more exact details, but there is very high confidence that we are going to be seeing at least 7 or 8 inches of snow. And based on model guidance that I'm seeing, would not be surprised to see widespread double-digit snowfall totals once this is all done. Even as we get into the beginning into the middle of next week, remaining cold, highs only in the teens with lows in the
10 years ago, Hughley got a second chance.
Okay, so we're going to have a pretty cold, cold day today, and I'm looking outside. It's blue skies out right now, and temperature still holding at 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's the missus just went outside to feed the outdoor cats that we sort of feed. I guess they're going to have a good one and stuff like that. And you can't trust a man wearing a tie like that. Okay, that's one of the WBNG. They have again, full disclosure, I have no association with them. They have some pretty good weather guys there. Deplorable. So, but that's what's coming in. Deplorable for those folks that are watching. He's further west than me. Bradford, Pennsylvania is northwest Pennsylvania, which is right across the New York State border from Olean, New York, where the University of St. Bonaventure's is at. A great university as far as that goes. And so that's our weather as far as what we're entailed here. It's going to get a little bit chilly and such. And are you going to go out and okay. They'll appreciate their scamp is out there. They're patient. They just sitting there. They can see me. So let's see what else we got here. So that's what it's going to be cold. And let's see, is the wind blowing? Yeah, the wind is blowing a little bit. So it looks like on the trees. So the little critters are outside. They're going to have to bundle up and stuff. Let's see, WBNG. Let's see what else we got on WBNG on the news. And let's see. Oh, here's something. What's this at?
5 years.
This is an article from Owego Appalachian Central Schools District. This is where I went to grade school, as far as that goes. But they have Owego's DJ program gives students a unique experience. So when I grew up in Appalachian, this is where I went to school through the Owego Appalachian school system. Grade school, that is. So let's go ahead and see what this one's about.
Years ago, the Owego Appalachian Central School District introduced a DJ program. It started as a club, but due to popularity, it is now a class that students can take. I had a chance to check out what makes the program special. 20 years, Ryan Service has been a music teacher at his alum, Owego Appalachian Central School District. After 15 years, he decided to introduce a program that let kids learn how to DJ.
We focus on transitioning between songs, curating a set list for different events, reading the room, matching BPMs, beat matching, and things like that to just make the flow of the event very smooth.
Students have performed at school dances, sports games, and other events, including 7th grader Isaac Ryan, who recently DJ'd at the school's dance. His favorite memory from the day being when he created a dance circle due to playing the artist Soulja Boy.
It makes me feel really nice because, like, oh my, I made the entire dance circle and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no way I did this.
Isaac has fallen in love with DJing. A big reason why he's enjoyed it so much is due to his teacher, Mr. Service.
He's great. He's just a funny guy. He never takes it seriously. And if he does take it seriously, it's for a good reason.
With the program now on its 5th year, many past students have been DJing on the side, with Mr. Service receiving texts nearly every week about former students performing at events and weddings.
It's very validating. It really is. And it's great to see them find a niche and find something that they're really into. Not saying that this was their reason to come to school, but I think it just makes it, it's a positive experience of coming to Owego.
On Monday, Isaac will be performing at the Belleville Lockwood Inn with pure excitement for the night.
I'm just looking forward to have a good time, enjoy, talk to the guests, have a good time.
Even though Isaac is 13 years old, you can look forward to him playing music from various generations, with his favorite songs being from the 2000s.
10 years.
Okay, that's from the Owego Free Academy, which is the high school. So Isaac there, he is a freshman at the Owego Free Academy at 13, and that would have been the high school I would have gone to, but it was in 1973. The family moved out after I finished 8th grade, and we moved downstate to Orange County there, and I went to Owego Free Academy. Big difference between the two schools. But that's Owego Free Academy here in Owego, and at the high school program. So you could have took DJ, man. That's what I do every Tuesday. Every other Tuesday, I do the DJ, the hashtag wannabe DJ. You can take that as a class in high school now. That's pretty neat. That's decades ago. Oh, is it? Okay. Decades ago. The DJ. Okay. But they made it a course curriculum, so that's cool. That's that goes to show you what's going on here in the Southern Tier, in the high school and stuff like that. But he looked a little old for a 13-year-old. I thought he was like 14, maybe 15 and stuff like that. So, okay, yeah, where are they? Okay, I'm just checking on the kitty cats out there. So that's a good article there as far as that goes, and this is in rural upstate New York, Owego. There, it's just the difference would, if I would have went to Owego Free Academy, the graduating class would have probably been maybe a couple hundred. Newburgh Free Academy, my graduating class was like close to 1,200 students. They had 3 sessions going on during the day down there in Newburgh Free Academy. Big, it's almost as large as some community colleges and stuff. Okay, so that's a good one there as far as showing the high school here in Tioga County. A DJ program, giving students unique experience. That's cool. That's very cool. Let's see here. What else do we got on WBNG? Oh, they got another one on the animal adventures. Let's go ahead and look at this one. We showed this on Fox 40. Let's see what they have to say about this one on WBNG. Okay, what happened? Is it not taking? Oh, I dropped the okay, hang on for a minute, folks. There we go. I dropped okay, I hit stop sharing instead of okay, there it is. Let's go ahead and listen to this one.
Venture is offering a new experience so you can enjoy interacting with the animals even if it's cold outside. You can check out more than a dozen animals at the brand new Safari Barn. The crew members at Animal Adventure have been working over the past 4 months to redesign and build out a family-friendly space for winter fun.
At Animal Adventure, we're always trying to dream big and think outside of the box, and the indoor zoo experience is exactly that. It was repurposing a space, allowing us to remove our seasonality of the park being open now essentially year-round, and allowing, again, our community, our animals to stay connected longer and amplifying those educational opportunities.
The experience is a mix of interactive and viewing exhibits, animal feeding, gem mining, a gift shop, and a brand new birthday party venue. Its grand opening will be this Saturday. Hours of operation will be Thursday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. by reservation only.
So that's another article concerning. Bring up my camera here. Bring it. What the hell's going on with this? Something went wrong. What's going on with this? But another perspective from a different news agency there. Okay, we got the connection. Okay, let's go ahead and bring the Rumble back up. And we're back. Okay, hopefully, I guess the Wi-Fi is coming in and out, so it's not your program. Okay. So there we have it. Oh, we got 10 people on Rumble. Let's go, Rumble. Let's get that up to 10. I'm pushing for 10 folks there, and we can do a read and campaign. It's flagging me. I got one right here on the. Let's see, which one do I want to do? If we do it, that one. Okay. We got 10. We need 4 more Rumble folks. Can we get 4 more Rumble? Come on, Rumble. You can do it for me. I want to read this new ad campaign because I'm actually using it. And let's see. We're going to refresh that one there. Okay, let's see. Okay, WBNG. I think that's it for WBNG. We've been on for 2 hours here. I've been doing a lot of talking, I guess. Plus, we had a good conversation there with Clay. Soul Cruiser. Good to see him. He's a great guy. Okay, that's it for WBNG. Let's see. WAAL, same as WNBF. Nothing new there. Channel 34. Nothing really there. WENY. I'm still trying to get used to WENY's page there. Do you have anything there? No, nothing there. I'm just cruising through. If nothing pops out at me, I'm just skipping over it, folks. Preparing for snow conditions. Well, we'll see what happens. Nothing there. Nothing on the Penny Saver. KGB. Meteorologists warn that extreme Arctic cold. Yeah, we got that Arctic front coming in. Could cause trees to explode. What the hell? I guess if it gets too cold. Let's see. KISS 104. Same as WAAL and WNBF. Let's see. Spectrum News. Nothing on Spectrum News that pops out. Let's see. We'll talk about that in the sports. I got to do the sports here. So nothing there on 106.5 WYRK. Buffalo's #1 country. They talk about the Buffalo Bills there. We'll talk about them in a minute here. Let's see. WBLK Power 93.3. Same things. 11 other things you can do instead of watching the Super Bowl. Yeah, Bills aren't in it. Why should I watch it? I will watch it, though. WGRY, talking about the Sabres. Okay. Bills are completing interviews with some prospective new coaches, new head coach. And let's see, what's on 1440? Read today's brief. What's in today's brief? We got winter storm. We know about that. Oscar nominations. I'm not into the Oscars. Okay, and let's see. Oh, the Olympic flame passes through Venice on its way to Milan Cortina Winter Olympic Games. So that's the flame is on. So okay, that's that. We're going to go ahead and go over our sports. NBA action as of Wednesday night. You had the Nets losing to the Knicks 120-66. The Celtics beat the Pacers 119-104. Last night we had none of those teams played. Today the Celtics will be playing the Nets tonight at 7:30. Maybe I might catch that if I remember. And Knicks aren't playing, but they are playing tomorrow. The 76ers at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Celtics are playing the Bulls at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Nets are off. And then Sunday, the Nets will be playing the Clippers at 9 p.m. probably out there on the West Coast. The Clippers are hosting them. NHL action Tuesday. The Sabres beat the Predators 5-3. Bruins lost to the Stars 6-2. Rangers lost to the Kings 4-3 last night, Wednesday night. The Islanders lost to Kraken. What's all this losing, guys? Come on, we need to win it. Today, the Buffalo Sabres will be playing. Yesterday. That was Wednesday, but yesterday, last night, Buffalo Sabres did beat the Canadiens. Bruins beat the Golden Knights. Okay, this is a change. Okay, they're winning. And that's it for those teams. Today, we're going to have the Rangers will be playing the Sharks tonight. And then tomorrow, the Buffalo Sabres will be playing the Islanders tomorrow at 1. And Bruins will be playing the Canadiens tomorrow at 7. And then Sunday, Rangers must have the day off. NFL action. Of course, we have the NFC and AFC championships. Patriots and the Broncos. Patriots are going to win that one. I can't see that. If the Broncos win, it'll be history. A quarterback that hasn't thrown a ball or barely thrown a ball in the last 3 years win the Super Bowl. The rest of the team has to step up, which I don't see that happen. Bo Nix, he was like Josh Allen. He was a Josh Allen for the Broncos. But Patriots playing the Broncos. I'm picking the Patriots. And then that's at 3 o'clock Sunday. And then 6:30 p.m., the Rams and Seahawks. I'm picking the Seahawks. They're going into I think the Seahawks are going to have their way with the Rams just like they did with the 49ers. But that should be an interesting game. As far as that goes, there is one other football, and that's Manchester City Football Club. I do follow them. They lost this past Tuesday in the Champions League, which was heart-wrenching, 3-1. They should have won that game, but they weren't playing. They're the Premier League. Is this a Premier League game tomorrow? Yeah, against the Wolves. The Wolves are last place in the Premier League. If they lose tomorrow, man, I tell you, I'm not going to be wearing my Manchester City jersey. It's almost sacrilege. I like the Manchester City Football Club. They're a good football. They're like the New York Yankees of the Premier League and stuff like that. So let's get it done tomorrow, guys. And then just ending the broadcast here because we've been on for 2 hours and 11 minutes and stuff. I'm going to wind down here, but I'm just going to finish by saying about the Buffalo Bills situation with their. I did watch there was an interview Tuesday with the owner, and who I've never seen interviewed before, or the general manager trying to play damage control. I think on their firing of Sean McDermott. I didn't really care. Liberty mentioned. Yeah, go Donald. Yeah, Sam Donaldson. I want Seattle to win. Deplorable. Yeah. Okay, Liberty. We'll see you today. Have a good day, everyone. Stay warm and safe. We will. And Deplorable says, have a great weekend and stay warm. Yeah, I'm just going to finish off by saying about I'm not buying what they're saying in that interview with Sean McDermott. It'll be interesting to see which way the Bills go, and as far as who they pick for their new coach. But when the owner said he went in and he saw how distressed Josh Allen was in the locker room after the game, he said, "Oh, that was not a catch," and Josh didn't respond to him. He said in that moment, that's when he decided that, and he looked around the locker room and he saw all that's when he decided to can Sean McDermott. And it's like, really? He's 70% win percentage, and you're gonna let him go. I think that's wrong. You let him go, but you promote the GM that's sitting next to you to president. That something's not. I don't know. Something is not right there. Why they didn't explain why he got a promotion, and you let Sean go. He is like he's a scapegoat, and we're gonna just go real quick after it. No, people are gonna remember that, and I think I don't know I'm not a spokesperson for him, but the Bills Mafia. I think there's a lot of people that are not happy with that. So we'll see what happens. The Bills are out of it. The football season's over, but I'll still watch the games this weekend and the Super Bowl. won't be watching the Super Bowl halftime show. That's for sure. I have no clue who this entertainer is and stuff like that. But we are at the end of the broadcast here, and as far as that goes, so I want to say thank you to Tina, who was here in the chat, as well as Tina coming in, our Jersey girl from New Jersey. Central New Jersey. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tony D. Salute to you, my good friend, my brother veteran, and good fellow broadcaster. Thank you very much for being here. Deplorable coming in from Bradford. There, I'm going from Connecticut to Massachusetts. Coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Thank you for being here, Deplorable. Greatly appreciate you, my friend. And going down the list, we had somebody come in. Fact checker on the Rumble. Thank you, the fact checker, and thank you for being here, popping in. As far as that goes, not sure where you're from. Thank you, Double J's. Double J's coming from an undisclosed location in the Southern Hemisphere. Glad to have you here, sir. Take care. Have a great weekend. And we had Liberty from the Niagara Buffalo area. Thank you, Liberty. Love the flags and love the Deplorables flags coming in. And the big shocker, Soul Cruiser was here. Clay Lowe from the UK. Thank you, Clay. Great catching up with you, my friend. And again, the best to your family. And appreciate you being here, being in the conversation, and taking part. Oh, Tim Fan 40 was here. I'm sorry, Tim, if you're still there. Are you still there? I'm sorry. Tim Fan 40 was here. I'm sorry, Tim. Oh, you came in just here. When it gets cold. Okay, it's just before. Okay, you just came in here towards the end. Okay, let's see. Deplorable says, okay, he's talking about the DJ article. Whatever it takes to get kids to engage with school and their phones. Well, I think he was on a laptop there. He was doing a little bit more than his phone, but I think that's pretty. He spoke very highly of his teacher. That's pretty good. And there's Tim Fan 40. Tim Fan 40, glad to have you here, my friend, coming in from Michigan, our resident contractor. Hope you are all well. Have a great weekend. And Deplorable says, when it gets cold too fast, the moisture and sap freezes. Oh, that's what causes the explosion of trees. Okay. You probably got more trees out there than we do here, but the sap, okay, just the expansion explodes it. Okay. I got clarification. Of course, Sam Donaldson, Donald from the Seattle Seahawks. I'm pulling for them to win it all. And again, have a great day, Liberty. Have a great weekend also, and have a great day and weekend, Deplorable. Greatly appreciate it. And there's Liberty. See you later. And there's Fan. You're good. Thank you, Tim. You came in real quick there. I zipped up to the top of the scroll coming down. I was like, where did Tim Fan come from? Gave me a little bit. Hope you all is well out there in Michigan, and you have a great weekend as well. Okay, folks, those that are watching that were in the chat, thank you very much for your view. Those people that are watching on the replay, thank you very much. It is appreciated. And those people that are listening on the audio replay over there on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, I greatly appreciate the listens there. And as far as that goes. And with that, I want to just say thank you for a great broadcast this morning, folks. It really means a lot right here in the heart, from the heart. And you all have a great day, great weekend. And we'll be broadcasting some gaming or something this weekend. It's time to play. And those that have to work, get your job done, and then you can enjoy your weekend. So Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X, what used to be known as Twitter. I still call it Twitter. That's my mainstay for posting on these social media feeds, as well as I do. Oh, who do we got? Oh, Ozzy Joanna.
Just subscribed for 25 months.
She comes. Ozzy Joanna. Hello. She's over there on the Twitch side. Thank you, Ozzy Joanna from Australia. It's a late night for you. And thank you for the subscription. Greatly appreciate it. We're just ending there. I haven't seen. I hope all is well with you and your family. And greatly, we're just ending the broadcast here. So thank you for the subscription. Greatly appreciate it. And she's saying hello to chat as The last minute. Thank you very much. Very gracious of you for the subscription. Thank you very much. Yep. Thank you. It is appreciated. You don't have to do that, but I'm not gonna. It is what I do appreciate it. So thank you very much. I hope all is well. I haven't seen you in a little while, but and you say you're welcome. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. And it's a late night for you. I'm not going to turn my iPad on, but it was like 10 o'clock. So it's getting close to midnight your time over there in Australia. So have a great weekend. Joanne, thank you very much. Aussie Joanne, a long-term subscriber there. She's 25 months. Thank you very much. Thank you. And you too. Thank you. Okay, very good. All right, folks. Again, Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich over there on X, and all others. Just Google at Fireman Rich, and you'll see where I'm at. And those people, again, watching the replay, thank you very much for doing that. And with that, we are out of here. You all live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks, and we're skating out of here. Thank you again, Aussie Joanna. Really appreciate it. Take care.